Get a check on our forecast. It rained a little bit on me on the way into work.
Rained a little bit. You and me both, my friend. We're in East Sacramento County.
Yeah, we
coming
are.
in. We saw it over there. Dirk, any other spots in our area?
You were the lucky ones because
Yes.
everybody else is going to be a dry start for your morning. We have had a bit of rain to start the day, again, early morning, but now as we progress through the day, we're actually going to see some breaks in the cloud cover. So what can you expect? Yeah, we had the rain, but now we're looking at patchy fog, a decreasing cloud cover through the afternoon, and temperatures that should end up above average. We're looking at daytime highs in the mid-60s. Again, we should see temperatures in the mid-50s this time of year. So this is a time lapse showing you the past 3 hours, and you can see that rain as it kind of came up and just spread out, and now it's dissipating. We have a little bit in Lake County, but the rain and the snow in the Sierra, it's all pretty much done, and that's the way it should stay. Visibility, this is where we have an issue. It's getting a little bit better in Modesto, 3 miles of visibility. It was down to a quarter of a mile, but it's still the thickest fog in Tracy is what we're seeing, less than a quarter of a mile visibility. It looks like it's kind of shifting a little bit more to the north of Tracy at this point. As we progress through the day today, expect to have, again, I think we're going to see decreasing clouds, so we will get a little bit more sunshine. That's going to help to bump our temperatures up into the mid-60s. So again, well above the average for this time of year, and then we'll see some clearing skies through the evening hours. By 7 p.m., a temperature of 55 degrees, and it looks like we could stay dry for a while. We'll take a closer look at when we could see some more rain coming our way in a little bit, but now let's take a look at traffic with Brian Hickey.
Hey, thanks, Rick. Taking a look out across the causeway right now. If that's where your travels take you today, you can see here no fog forming on the causeway, and we are incident free on Interstate 80 heading off on that westbound ride, and that includes coming in from Roseville down through the split over the top, wherever you're heading. No problems there, or Highway 50 right now looking good there as well. 5 and 99 out of Elk Grove. We are incident free there. Travel time still at the limit, so no problems to report on that stretch. And then through Stockton, 5 and 99 and the Crosstown Freeway all looking good with the westbound 4. A little bit south of there, though, as you get to Manthe Road, right through the 5-120 interchange there, we have a 4-vehicle crash, and they are working to clear that right now, but we are seeing some slowing southbound 5 and westbound 120 coming into that area. Once you get past Manthe Road, though, you're back up and running across the top of the Tracy Triangle, still in the yellow there, a 14-minute ride on that stretch, 580, 26 minutes, and no delays on 99 between Modesto and Manteca at this point. Here in Sacramento, 10-minute ride on Highway 50, Interstate 80, 9 minutes, 5 and 99 at 11 minutes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Brian. Well, the holiday rush is on. AAA is predicting 7.5 million people will board an airplane over the next 2 weeks, breaking the all-time holiday travel record of 7 million set all the way back in 2018. Now, nationally, they expect the busiest days to be Saturday and then next Thursday and Saturday. KCRA 3's Aaron Heft is live at SAC International right now, where travelers will be entertained beginning today, right? Entertained, actually.
Entertained, and I have the best news of the morning. If you're watching me packing your bags, ordering that Uber, or calling that friend, if you're headed through Terminal A, look at TSA. It looks fantastic right now. That's not the case down at where you claim your baggage, but hey, that's a great positive thing to start your morning on. And over the next few days, Sacramento International actually estimates that they'll see over 100,000 faces. Take a look. So this live, but take a look. This video actually from this week last year, still very busy. And last year, quite the debacle across the entire country in the matter of airfare, with thousands of flight delays, not just across the California area, but across the nation. But that's not supposed to be the case this year. After thousands of staff, pilots, and more have been hired. No shortages here at SMF either. The airport reporting 0 staffing shortages. Sacramento International saying they've placed personnel throughout the entire airport to help you get from point A to point B. And they also gave us a few tips about what to do prior to even leaving your home.
You know, one thing that we really find is helpful is if even before you leave the house, download the app of the airline that you're flying on and check your flight, make sure that there's no delays or anything that could be happening that's going to slow you down when you get here. And then having that app here, you know, sometimes there's free movies and things like that on the plane. And that way you're not scrambling to download the app before, you know, the Wi-Fi cuts out.
Other things, speaking of de-stressors, once you make it past this TSA checkpoint, they actually have little animals that you can pet and de-stress yourself, and they have bands and music, live music throughout the next few days. That absolutely brand new to Sacramento International. This year's total number of domestic travelers up 2.2%. Still, though, the second busiest travel season since 2000. We're still coming in second place to 2019. That saw over 119 million travelers across the United States. Pretty incredible. But this year, expected to be quite busy. So pack some time before you head out. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Erin. And some more facts and figures for you. AAA is forecasting 115 million people will travel 50 miles or more between now and New Year's Day.
Moving now to a developing story, and Placer County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a suspicious death. Around 8 o'clock last night, deputies say the body of a middle-aged man was found near Industrial Avenue in Cyber Court, just west of Highway 65 near Lincoln. It was found in an alley in an industrial area near a hardware store. Somebody in that area spotted the body and then called the Sheriff's Department. Detectives spent several hours collecting evidence from the scene but have not determined a cause of death, but calling it suspicious.
Nothing that looks like it would be something that would be an additional threat to the public. As I said, we're still very early on in the investigation, but as it stands right now, there's no reason for us to believe that there's any threat to the Placer County public at this time.
Well, deputies urge anyone who may have seen something or have any information about this to please call the Sheriff's Department. Police in Modesto investigating a shooting this morning. Officers were called to Camilla Way around 5 last night. It's near Miller Avenue, just east of downtown Modesto. You can see that there was a big police presence there as investigators searched for clues. Right now, police have not announced if anyone was actually injured. Neighbors tell KCRA 3 they were disturbed by the violence hitting so close to home.
There's a junior high school a couple blocks away. This is a good family area. So, yeah, anytime you hear about something like this, it's an absolute disruption, especially at the holidays.
It happens every day, which is just sad. It shouldn't be happening, but it's close to home. It makes it even scarier.
Well, police say the shooting appears to be an isolated incident and there is no active risk to the public.
A busy Stanislaus County road is back open after a fiery head-on crash killed 2 people. It happened just before 6 last night on Highway 132, just west of Gates Road. At one point, this crash shut down the highway between Gates and River Roads. Take a look. Here are the 2 vehicles that were involved. You can see just how severely damaged they were after the crash. Highway Patrol says that an Infiniti sedan heading eastbound on Highway 132 swerved for some reason into the westbound lanes. The Infiniti crashed head-on into a Chevy Suburban and then burst into flames. The 2 people inside the Infiniti died at the scene, according to CHP, and the 2 people inside the Suburban were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Right now, it's not known whether drugs or alcohol played a role in that crash.
Well, new this morning, the Colorado Supreme Court is facing a surge of threats after disqualifying former President Trump from the state's primary ballot. Justices ruled Tuesday that Trump would not be on the state's Republican primary ballot. They decided he is ineligible for the White House under the U.S. Constitution's insurrection clause. It marked the first time in history that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment was used to disqualify a presidential candidate. Since their ruling, there has been a flood of threats against them. The threats fit into a familiar pattern that has been repeatedly seen after legal developments against the former president. Well, there is a new filing before the Supreme Court, unrelated, from President Trump's attorneys, laying out why he shouldn't stand trial for election interference in March.
Mike Cherry joins us now with a closer look at what Trump's legal team is saying.
So former President Trump's lawyers want to delay prosecution as long as possible and are asking an appeals court, not the Supreme Court, to weigh in first about whether he's immune from criminal charges. And Mr. Trump faces 4 felony charges for his attempt to overturn the 2020 election. His attorneys say he should be immune for acting within his sworn duties as president. It's part of a strategy to push back the trial date while seeking to reclaim the White House. The Justice Department bypassed the appeals court, which will consider the question in January, asking instead the Supreme Court to directly weigh in. Now, the case is one of potentially 3 involving Mr. Trump that the justices could decide on in early 2024. The justices will be taking up whether the obstruction charge against him and other January 6 rioters was improperly applied. In the 3rd case, they may consider whether the Colorado Supreme Court improperly removed him from the state's primary ballot. Teo.
So, Mike, this can get a little confusing, but what's the Justice Department strategy by skipping the appeals court and going just right to the U.S. Supreme Court?
So the concern is that if they wait for the appeals court to weigh in, and then that case goes to the Supreme Court, the justices will not hear the case this term, likely delaying Mr. Trump's trial until after the election. Now, if reelected, Trump could actually try to pardon himself in this case and the other federal case against him, where he's accused of mishandling and hiding classified documents. Back to you.
In his interest to delay this as much as possible, obviously. All right. Thank you, Mike.